Get thee behind me, Satan. These words found in Matthew 16 have been recited many times, and often as a rebuke. But I believe that they were meant to be a protection for the person that is being spoken to. And I believe that when missing the point, we can really see a very beautiful thing when we look at it in this perspective. That Jesus was basically showing us what it is to be a husband, right? To be the bridegroom. He had just told Peter that on this rock I will build my church. He renamed Peter. A few verses later, he's saying these words to him. That kind of sat with me, you know. But when you look at what he did, he's healed the sick, cast out demons. Nowhere else in Scripture that I am aware of did he say, "Get behind me, Satan." In this way, now obviously the devil was affecting Peter, or he wouldn't have said the things he said, causing him to be a stumbling block, or trying to be a stumbling block to the Lord. Now, I'm not really worried about Jesus. He's God, right? Why would I worry about him stumbling or falling or whatever? And I'm sure he probably understood that too. I mean, I'm speculating. I probably shouldn't speculate, but I mean, he's God. So, come on. But if I saw somebody poisoning the thoughts of my spouse, I would do what I could to protect them in the best way I could think. It wouldn't be just to cast it out for it to come back or whatever, but to say, get over here. Because if I'm here and my spouse is in front of me, right? Now, Jesus is the bridegroom, the church is the bride, right? And so Peter, in this picture, is the bride. If you throw the devil behind you, now the devil is back here, can't get to your bride. He's becoming the covering for the church. Right? He covers us. He comes between us and the world. Right? So he's here, and then the devil's back here, bride's here. This makes sense. We see this. Him laying down his life. There's no greater love than to lay down your life for your friends. I believe it's Paul wrote, to love your wife like Christ loved the church. Not to lord over it, or lord over her. I don't have the verse here, so forgive me. But you see this picture of love and protection here. That's what he's doing for Peter. He is separating Peter from the spirit that is affecting his thoughts. Sometimes you have to, you got to throw something out, right? Get that devil behind you so that there's nothing between them anymore. And this is powerful stuff. And you see it again in a way when Jesus is praying for his disciples, knowing he's about to die. And he prays in John 17:14, I have given them, this is a translation, this is called the Jewish Bible translation, but there's other Bibles out there that I think I might like the translation better, but I'm going to read from this so you know. I have given them your word, and the world hated them, because they do not belong to the world, just as I myself do not belong to the world. I don't ask you to take them out of the world, but to protect them from the evil one. They do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world. Set them apart for holiness by means of the truth. Your word is truth. Just as you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. On behalf, I am setting myself apart for holiness, so that they too may be set apart for holiness by means of the truth. So he's asking that they be separated from that. He needs them to be protected. He is worried. Well, I mean, I don't know if worried, right? Because, well, he's asking, I haven't unpacked all of this. I'm sure God's going to give me a greater understanding on Jesus's petition here. Because that's deep stuff that he's asking for. we can see a lot of a person by what they ask for. We see that in Solomon too, right? What he asked for compared to what somebody else might ask for. So I think that's a great verse, but for another time. Anyway, the point that I'm making is that instead of seeing a rebuke of the devil as this person is in agreement with the devil and that's bad, right? Like there's a lot of judgment in those kinds of thoughts. And then we ourselves fall into the same thing. There's animosity. We're not rebuking in love. How do you do that? Well, you recognize what's happening, get it out of there, right? I'm really I still think about this a lot, so I don't have it all figured out, but I just think this is something that people should consider, that every day we can help each other by coming between somebody and the evil one affecting them. And we do this by bringing truth into the situation. And that's what Jesus did. He said, you are concerned with the things of this world, not the things of God. So when we bring truth into a situation, we ask good questions, we get to the bottom of it, we can get that spirit out of there. No. This is how this spirit got in. We're getting it out of there by truth. God is truth. Right? We stand on his word. And that's how we'll be set apart. And we just got to help each other. We need to help each other. And because if we don't help each other, then what's the point? Have a great day.